If you're looking for the best possible way to day trade gold to make some consistent profit for yourself, $500 a day, $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day, or even more, depending on how much you risk, I made this video especially for you. Watch this video to the end because today I'll be finally revealing my gold trading strategy. I've made so many videos and you've seen all my trading tips, you've seen all the strategies I use on the currencies I trade, but I've never really made any video explaining in detail how I like to trade gold. So I just decided to sit down today and break down how I go about trading gold. I'm going to be breaking this down with a simple day trade I took with my community yesterday, making over 60 pips in the process. And I'll actually be giving you two amazing, solid and well-proven strategies today, which you can use to day trade gold anytime you want to make some quick profits for yourself. We're going to be using both the 1 hour time frame as well as the 15 minutes time frame to break down this simple strategy I use. If you can't wait for me to start, I need you to do me a simple favor. Just look down below and then hit that subscribe button. I also need you to like this video, share with as many retail traders as you know, and I also want you to click on the notification bell so you get notified anytime I go live or anytime I drop a video on YouTube. Without wasting my time, let's jump right onto the charts and break down this simple trade I took. So if you look on my screens, you are seeing gold now. This is where gold currently is. This is my gold chart, and we are also on the 1 hour time frame. So we're going to go back to where I found the entry on this particular trade and when we took this trade with the community. And as you know, if you've been watching me for a while now, you do know that my favorite strategy of all is the trend line strategy, which is the best trend line strategy you're going to see anywhere on YouTube. And I have this here on for free. So if you want to understand it into detail, just go back and watch the video I made on trend lines. I'm going to be leaving that at the end of this video, so you can go back, watch that, and have a solid understanding on how to use trend lines to take trades for yourself. And the whole idea behind trend lines is to take trades when the market hits your trend line for the third touch. So let's say if we have an upward movement like this, the moment the market hits it for the second touch and then leaves, what we do is we always draw a trend line connecting both points, and then we extend into the future. And all we do next is we wait for the market to hit the trend line for the third touch. Once it hits the trend line for the third touch, you wait for your trading criteria, whatever tells you to find an entry on any trade. You make sure it satisfies that particular requirement. Then it means that you're simply now taking a buy after you have your confirmation, which goes all the way up for you. If it's for a sell or a short move as well, you also want to have a proper bearish move where you have two touches on it. Once you have two reversals, all you need next is to draw a line, because a line is simply a connection of 2 points. So once we connect both points here, we are now simply looking out for our trading criteria when the market hits the trend line for the third time. So once it hits the trend line for the third time, what do? You now wait for your entry criteria. Then it means that you're simply now finding a reversal back to the downside. So this is what simply my trend line strategy represents. The reason why this one especially is a day trade is because my analysis was done on the 1 hour time frame. So one thing I always tell my traders is that if you are looking for a day trade, you always need to scale down to the lower time frames. Of course, you can catch day trades on your 4 hour time frame, but the best way to actually day trade is on the 1 hour, the 15 minutes as well, because the simple understanding of a day trade is trades that you don't intend to actually hold overnight. So if you're looking for a day trade, it means you're actually looking for a short-term trades. Short-term trades means that you're also not looking for as many pips as a swing trade would normally give you. So now we have our trend line. So now let's go back and let me show you how I drew this trend line. It came all the way from up here. Like I said, we need 3 touches. So the first touch, as you can clearly see, is coming from all the way up here, which was the point of inception. You can also see my support trend line also here. First touch, second touch here. For the resistance trend line as well, you have the first touch and then you have the second touch here as well. So what do? We simply just wait for a third touch. After it gets to our third touch, what we want next is to make sure it satisfies our entry criteria before we simply take this trade. So now we have our second touch here. We simply zoom in, zero in on this particular, moment on the market, and then wait for the market to give us opportunities to trade. So what do? We simply wait for the market to hit the trend line for the third touch. So it approaches the trend line, then it finally hits the trend line. Then now we start waiting for the market to consolidate along the trend line, because this is the 1 hour. So we need a solid confirmation. What I also did was I also ended up doing some multi-time frame analysis where I compared it to the 4 hour time frame, and I realized I was also seeing the same sort of movement on the 4 hour time frame as well. So I finally got my confirmation in here. You realize I went back to the trend line till the market finally gave me what we call an evening star. So I finally got my evening star here, switched to the 4 hour to also see the same evening star there as well. So you realize on the 4 hour there was a solid confidence between the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour also told me to expect a sell because of this solid evening star I'm seeing, which also happened to appear on the 1 hour as well. So what do I do now? I simply take my trade. As you can clearly see, I sent out the trade at around exactly 10 a.m. and within a short few minutes we smashed take profits on both trades. So stop loss on top of the range. It's a day trade, so even though I'm expecting the market to come here, I'm not going to hold all trades for it to come here. So when TP1 was about 40 pips, we're also expecting some fundamentals to also come in the afternoon. So we realized that on Thursday we had some fundamentals, some unemployment claims, which are also going to be released around 1:30 p.m. GMT. So you wanted to be out of this position, or at least be in profits. Have your stop loss in reasonable profits. That way, if the market reverses when the news comes, you can simply now close your positions in profits and then trade the news as well. So what happened? First candle smashed our take profits, second candle also. So we finally made about 60 pips on this trade. Then the news came at exactly 1:30 p.m, which indicated that the dollar was going to be weak. So it's actually reasonable to close your sell. So you realize that we ended up making about 60 pips on this trade. Then the news came in at exactly 1:30 p.m, indicating weakness in the dollar, which means that we are expecting gold to buy strongly after that, which gold actually did. So if you like what you're watching today, I want you to just take some time, smash that like button, also look down below and then hit that subscribe button, also smash that notification bell so you receive a notification anytime I go live or anytime I drop a video on YouTube. Let's get back to the video. So for a day trade, we now realize that we made our early profits on here. 60 pips. We're simply done with that one because it was a day trade. We hit our TP1. We also made some extra profits on that. Like I always say, if you're expecting fundamentals to come in when you're taking your trades, what you should always do every single time is make sure the only time you want to hold a trade through the fundamental, if it's a solid one, is actually make sure you're in profits. That way you are protecting your capital. You've taken maximum profits off the table. You've also trailed your stop loss into profits. So if it reverses, it reverses because of the news. Then now you come and interpret the news and then you decide exactly what to do with the news which has actually been released. The second strategy I also want to look at is this morning. I've taken a short-term day trade on gold. This one was actually on the 15 minutes time frame. So right after the news came, which reversed and took the market all the way up yesterday, which caused a breakout from our trend line and then from this resistance as well, we ended up actually getting a retest. So once the market came back to hit the resistance again, that's what we simply mean by a retest. So the market finally hits the resistance here. Then now, like I said, once it hits it here, I'm now on my 15 minutes trying to see if I can get an entry for a reversal at a retest. So we realized that on this same resistance, the market finally, it broke out from this resistance, then it finally came back to retest on this resistance. What do we say about the concept of a break and then a retest? A break and a retest simply tells us that if the market breaks out of any key level, you are most likely expecting it to come back and then retest on that key level. So now we are trying to find another trade here as well. But what I always say is that make sure you have a confirmation. Sometimes you can be right, you can buy here and then it reverses and goes in your favor. But to be on the safer side, make sure there is a basis for the trades you are taking. Make sure you are taking reasonable trades. You have your confirmations before you trade them. So on the 15 minutes time frame, all you do now is you simply wait for your confirmation. So strong bullish candle giving us what we call a morning star or a bullish engulfing. So it means that entry price here, stop loss right at the bottom of the range. So stop loss right at the bottom of this wick here. Then we are expecting the market to go all the way up. So risking about 45 pips for about 70 pips. If it keeps going, fine. So now first candle, it goes into a bit of profit. We make about 20 pips on the first candle. Then the second candle as well goes further into profits. It finally hits the final take profit, and you can see it going strongly up there. So with this simple break and retest strategy on gold, you've made over 100 pips this morning alone. And then the one yesterday as well, 60 pips on gold. So this is how I day trade. If I'm day trading, all it simply means is that I'm actually scaling down to the lower time frame to apply the same principles I apply on my higher time frame as well. I hope this video was extremely helpful for you, and I hope now it will actually eliminate the fear and anxiety you face when you have to take trades. If you like this video and you want me to shoot more amazing content like this, I need you to do just one thing for me. I need you to hit that like button, smash the like button. I also need you to subscribe to this channel, join the family on YouTube for life. I also need you to hit that notification bell so you get notified anytime I go live or anytime I drop a video on YouTube. You can also keep up with me on my socials, KOMMONFOREX on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Telegram as well. Also hit the link in my description to also sign up with my recommended broker, tightest spreads, best trading conditions, instant deposits and withdrawals, 24-hour customer service as well. You also want to hit that link in my description to also join my trading community on Telegram, where I share daily trading signals, trading books, trading knowledge, trading videos as well. Thank you very much for joining me in this one. See you in the next one.